Hi besties, you're welcome to my channel. It's Emma Does Ties. In today's video, I'll be showing you how to cut and sew this trendy high low bubu crop top with hanging pockets and collar. If you are new here, you're welcome. Do so to subscribe and turn on your notification bells to get notified anytime I upload new videos. If this is something you are interested in learning how to make, give this video a thumbs up and let's get started. So now these are what I need in making of this beautiful top. I have my chalk, I have my tape rule, and I'll be making use of this beautiful Kampala to make my top. For this top, you will need about 1.5 or 2 yards of fabrics. You can also use African prints or any fabrics of your choice to make yours instead of Kampala. I have folded my fabrics into two, and right now I'll be marking out my shoulder measurement together with my sleeve length. So guys, depending on how long you want your bubu sleeve to be, that is the sleeve length to be. For mine, I'll be working with my elbow length. And for this top, I'll be working with a band at the elbow length. So I'll be adding a band of about 1.5 to 2 inches. So in case you don't want to make use of a band at your sleeve, it's fine. Just hem it directly. I will measure my shoulder measurement divided by 2, and I'll go ahead and mark it out. I marked out 7 inches, that is my shoulder measurement divided by 2. And then for my elbow length is 10 inches. So I will deduct about 1.5 to 2 inches away from that because I'm adding a band at that part. Then I'll go ahead and mark it out. So guys, I'm marking out 8.5 inches because I have deducted 1.5 inches from the 10 inches. In case you don't want to make use of a band, you add your stitching allowance. For example, if your measurement is 10 inches, you will add 2 inches for stitching allowance. This blouse is like a crop top. So at the front, I'll be using my half length. My half length is about 16 inches. So I'll be making use of 17 to 18 inches so that it won't be too cropped. You can also measure from your shoulder to your navel area for your half length. After that, don't forget to add half inch at the top for the stitching of the shoulder and 2 inches for the hemming of the top. So guys, I'll mark out my half length measurements here. Then after that, I'll go ahead and use my ruler to draw a straight line across. At the upper part here, I will just go ahead and draw out my shoulder slope. I just went down by 1 inch and join it to my shoulder line here. So for my sleeve opening, I'm making use of 10 inches and I'll be adding stitching allowance of 1 inch. So I just rule a line inward at the point here. So the next thing is to measure my bust measurement divided by 4. Then I'll go ahead and add my ease allowance. The ease allowance depends on how wide you want your top to be. So now guys, I'll mark out my bust allowance. Then I will add 5 inches for my ease allowance and 1 inch for stitching allowance at the side. So guys, just connect downward and blend it like this. It's so simple, just watch as I am doing mine. So now we are done with marking out the necessary measurements on the front piece, and the next thing now is to cut it out. I will be using the front piece to cut out the back piece. You can cut both together, but in order not to get confused, it's better to cut the front piece first. So now guys, I already placed the front piece on another fabrics. For the back, you will need an extension of about 5 inches at the lower part here because the back is longer while the front is shorter. So now I'm trying to trace out the shoulder area and the side area of the front piece from the back piece. For the neckline, I'll go in by 3 inches for my neck width and 1 inch for my neck depth. So now I'll connect it and cut it out. So when I'm done cutting out the neckline, I will separate the front piece from the back piece and I will start working on the front piece. Guys, the front piece is the shorter one while the back piece is the longer one. So for the front piece, we'll be adding a band to the front. I mean, we'll be adding a band to the center front. I am marking out 1.5 inch for the band on the front piece now. I'm marking it all the way down. The band we are adding is 2 inches, but after joining it, it will increase to 2 inches. So I'll measure 1.5 inch, but I'm adding 2 inches band, if you get what that means. When I'm done marking out my 1.5 inches, I'll just use my ruler to draw a straight line across the points that I marked out. So the next thing I'll do now is to measure the depth of the neckline on my front piece. Don't forget, this is the front piece. So I'll be marking out 7.5 inches for the depth of my neckline. So I'll just connect from the 7.5 inches I marked out here to the neckline at the top here. Guys, just ignore the first line I drew here. We are making use of the second line here. I use 7.5 inches for the neck depth because I want my top to be able to pass through my head freely. Yours can be 8 inches and it can be 8.5 inches. Just make sure you use the measurement that will allow your head to pass through your top. So now just cut it out like this. The next thing I will do now is to join the shoulder of both the front and the back piece together. I will place my fabrics right side facing each other like this, and I'll make sure the shoulders are aligned together. Then I'll go ahead and stitch down the shoulders on the sewing machine. For the pockets, I cut out 2 pieces of these fabrics and it unfold. For the length, I have 11 inches, and for the width, I have 7.5 inches. Guys, as you can see, my fabrics is on fold. So at this part here, I'll fold it in like this for about ½ inch. Then I'll fold it in again using 1 inch and stitch it down. After that, I will join it with ½ inch all the way around like this. As you see my hand demonstrate, I will use ½ inch to join this area like this and also the bottom part like this. So this will be the opening of the pocket. I have also cut out the fabric that I will be using for my band at the sleeve area. It is 4 inches wide, so when it is fold, it will be 2 inches. So now I will go ahead and add stay to it to make it strong. I have added stay to it, as you can see, and right now I will just go ahead and add the band to the sleeve area. In case you're not adding band, just go ahead and stitch the sleeve area. I will add my band to the sleeve area like this, and I'll go ahead and stitch it down. I will do the same for the second sleeve. This is what I had after I was done stitching the band to my sleeve. So guys, this is the collar for the neckline. The width is 4 inches wide, and for the length, I measure all around my front piece to get the length of my collar. Right now, I will just notch the center back. So guys, remember the 7.5 inches that I marked out earlier on as my neck depth. So from the center back where I notched here, I'll place my tape rule here and measure from this place to the 7.5 inches I marked out as my neck depth. I hope you get what I am trying to explain here. So when I was done measuring it, I had 10.5 inches altogether. I was trying to remeasure it here just to be sure of what I get. This is what I measured just now from the center back here to this particular area, this particular place. So I got 10.5 inches. I will go ahead and open my collar like this and fold it into 2. So when I was done doing that, then I will measure the 10.5 inches I got and mark it out on my collar. So now from the point I marked here, I'll go ahead and stitch it down at the center like this. After stitching, this is what I had. The opening here now is 10.5 inches. To join the collar to the top, I will align the center back of the collar to the center back of my top, and then I'll just go ahead and join it together. So guys, after joining, this is what it looks like. I had excess here and I'll just go ahead and cut it off. So I'm just going to go ahead now and hem the front piece. Please take note, you have to hem the front piece alone with your sewing allowance. After hemming the front piece, the next thing now is to join the sides together. You know the front is shorter than the back, so your sewing stop where the front stops. I will stitch down with my sewing allowance of 1 inch and the sewing stops here. After sewing, the next thing I will do is to hem this part, this side at the back. Just go ahead and hem it. So since it's 1 inch, I'll just go ahead and fold half inch twice and go ahead and sew. Then I'll continue and also hem the lower part of the back piece as well. So now this is the pocket. I've went ahead to sew the pocket and this is what it is looking like after sewing. I also ironed it out as well. The next thing is to fix this pocket. So I want my pocket to align with the back bodies and this will be 4 inches upward. After I was done sewing my pocket, I had 9 inches. So, and remember the difference between the front bodies and back bodies is 5 inches. So 4 inches will be attached to the front bodies. From the band, I'm measuring 2 inches, then I'll fix my pocket. Make sure you pin it down to avoid shifting. So after pinning it down, I'll just go ahead and sew on top like this all around the pockets. So guys, when you are sewing, make sure you lift up the pocket so that you will not sew together with the back bodies. The next thing you will stitch is this side here that this arrow is pointing to, so that you will not have two openings of the pocket. One will be the pocket while the other will not be the pocket. So guys, this is the final outcome of our Bubu top. As you can see, I pair it with my trouser. You can pair yours with baggy shorts or jean. So don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't.